So my project is creating an atmospheric game environment, and I feel one of the most atmospheric games I've played was Inside, and I really love that game. So those are the references I've gone with for my mood board. Then I have, so for the main room, which is the warehouse, I've gathered a ton of images that kind of show the mood and the scale that I'm going for in my level. I tried to get as many. The next what I've done is I also have collected a lot of structural references for the warehouse, because I want it to be accurate and not just a bunch of walls that don't make sense. So yeah, these structural references are very helpful when modeling the level. This is the final overview of my reference board. And yeah, I always do this before actually starting the work on the project. So the game environment will be divided into 3 areas. The first one will be the warehouse, the abandoned warehouse where you'll spawn. You'll wake up in this room in the warehouse, and for this project I'm only using dynamic natural lighting, ambient lighting. The few elements I want to focus on are the scale of the environment and the lighting. I think these two factors, at least for me, they create a more immersive environment. So yeah, that's the reason I wanted to use dynamic lighting and rely on only natural lighting as much as possible. And it's definitely not because I'm scared of baking lights. So I've never blocked out a level in Unreal itself. I usually block it out in 3ds Max and then import the level in Unreal. But with that method, by the time you bring your block out in Unreal and something feels wrong, then I have to go back in 3ds Max and again edit the block out, then re-import, and it kind of makes the process of blocking out slow and tedious. So I wanted to try out blocking out in Unreal itself using the modeling tools. For the second area, which is the passage to the incinerator, I don't know why I'm still calling it the incinerator, but yeah, the passage to the final room. I found a really nice reference for this passage, and I just went with that because I don't really want to make this passage very special or put a lot of work in terms of design into it, because I want this passage to just be sort of a loading area, or like the breathing room that you get before entering the final area of the level, which is supposed to be this big reveal. So the final level is a landfill area filled with all the disposed of parts from the robots. So it's sort of supposed to be this big reveal that you get at the end of this game. I wouldn't say a game, more like a prototype. I also wanted to have an enemy AI character in the level that wakes up when you turn on the lights, but I don't know if that's possible within the current scope of the project. But yeah, it's something I have in the back of my mind. So initially I was planning sort of a incinerator room with flames and shit that the facility used to burn off and melt all the parts from the disposed of robots. But I kind of changed direction and went with more of a landfill area that's filled with tons of robot parts. So with just the blockout, I'm still not sure how the final level will look like, which is why I'm going to be polishing a small part of the environment to the final level, so that it's sort of a reference point for me to bring other parts of the environment to that level. So yeah, the next devlog will probably cover that. This devlog is basically just to record my progress throughout the project, and hopefully look back on and see how the project changed throughout the process. So yeah, if someone other than me ends up watching this, I hope you liked it, and thanks for watching.